What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Greasefang video. If you missed the last video, we ended up getting our token for the Qualifier tournament coming up this weekend. So we're spending this week preparing for that tournament. I think we're still going to be on Greasefang. I think Greasefang is still a great option right now, and that's because Explorer is such a Thoughtseize driven format. Most decks are running Thoughtseize. Red-Black is the most popular deck, and they all have 4 Thoughtseize, and some even run Duress in the main. So I think with a Greasefang deck with 4 Can't Stay Away, this is a really resilient deck and a good deck to be playing right now. Of course, we're still weak against the graveyard hate, such as Rest in Peace, Leyline of the Void. So we're running 3 Tear Asunder in our sideboard, and we're still working on the sideboard, trying to get it figured out. But I think this is just where we're at right now. And if you're new to the channel, we do have a little ritual we like to do before every Greasefang video. So let us bow our heads and say a prayer. Our holy Greasefang, who art in Kamigawa, hallowed be thy name. Thy Parhelion come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in the multiverse. Give us this day our daily mana, and forgive us of our mulligans, as we forgive opponents who play spirits. And lead us not into temptation of bad keeps, but deliver us from Thoughtseize. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. All right, this hand is good, I think. We'll need to find a white source, and we'll need to put a vehicle in our graveyard. We could have Thoughtseized. I would imagine they have their own Thoughtseize. All right, maybe not. So it comes down to either playing the Wayfinder or the Salvage, or we could Thoughtseize and Supplier. I actually kind of like the Thoughtseize play. If they have a removal spell, actually, maybe we just play the Salvage here. We'll go for the riskier play. The safe play would be the Thoughtseize and play a Stitcher's Supplier. And get the removal out of their hand. Well, there's a Parhelion. But it's possible the only removal they have in their hand is a Fatal Push. And if that's the case, then we should just be able to win the game. But if they have a way to kill the Greasefang, then we should have Thoughtseize first. But we do have the Can't Stay Away, and we're just a few turns away from it. Oh, well, we like that play. Ooh, 3 Greasefangs in the bin, though. Definitely want to find an untapped land here. Oh, there's an evolution. I guess we don't need to find an untapped land. All right, well, all 4 Greasefangs are in the graveyard now. Since we found the land, I think I just like playing a Thoughtseize here. If we missed, if we didn't hit off the if we didn't hit off the Wayfinder, we would want to play another one to make sure we found a land. But all right, this is going to be a slog. We'll take the Trespasser. See if we can start finding some Can't Stay Aways to put in our graveyard. This Eldritch Evolution will be pretty much useless when All 4 of our Greasefangs are in the graveyard. Alright, there's one can't stay away. So I could do this thing. I could Boseiju their artifact and see if they take the go for the tap to tap out, and then I could play Can't Stay Away. And I could if they don't go for it, then I could sneak in my Greasefang. They'll probably see the play. Yeah. We're still gonna do it anyway, though. Just because we're just gonna have to slog through these removal spells. Awkwardly, we need to draw a land now to be able to play these other Can't Stay Aways. All right, well, that's a little awkward now. I'm actually going to just use my Eldritch Evolution here to fill up my graveyard more. Maybe find another Can't Stay Away. And I kind of want to get an Informant to discard this other Eldritch Evolution, just because I don't think it's going to do anything at this point. Well, I really don't want a Parhelion in my hand over the Evolution, so we'll discard that. This might be a pretty hard game to win if they find another removal spell. Discard 2 lands. It's unfortunate. We'll take the trades here. Did they find a removal spell? I'm sure they're running 3 or 4 Fatal Push, so they could always sack this. Are we gonna get an attack? Hey, we got an attack. Alright, that is the resiliency of Greasefang. We have another Parhelion in the graveyard. We haven't found any of our chariots yet. We're out of informants. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's all 4 in the graveyard. I could always play the Abandoned Mire and get back an Informant to discard another vehicle, but since I have another one in the graveyard, we should be good. I don't have a way to get back another Greasefang right now. What do I think I still have 2 Can't Stay Away in the deck. Alright, they can copy the Harvester and kill a Greasefang or a token. Do they have the Fatal Push as well? They're gonna go digging for a Fatal Push. Can dig one more. All right, I was gonna play the Can't Stay Away for value. All right, well, that's just your classic red-black matchup. So I like Lily in this matchup. I'm gonna bring in Tear Asunder, all 3 of them, because they're gonna bring in their Leyline of the Voids. I'm gonna cut an Evolution, possibly more. I think we just kind of cut down on some of these cards. I think I'm going to cut 2 Evolutions, and I'm going to cut 2 Suppliers. I don't want to cut too much of fill up my graveyard stuff. But sometimes they just start the match with the Leyline and the Leyline of the Void. Yeah, it's 1 lander. We can't keep that. Yeah, this hand's not great, but I don't want to mulligan to 5. This is good enough, I think. Want to keep the Boseiju in case they have a Leyline. So we'll put back... We'll just put back the Pathway here. If they have a turn 1 Thoughtseize, it's pretty bad for us too. Alright, they did not. There's a Tear Asunder. Alright, they have unlicensed her, so that's what we brought it in for. It's possible I could take the Rending Volley and use the Tear Asunder for the Hearst. I'll just take the Hearst because I want to Grisly Salvage next turn. And I'll just eat their removal spells as they come. Alright, well I'm glad I took the Hearst because they had another one. We don't care if they exile my Thoughtseize. In step, we will just exile that. And that is why you bring in Enchantment and Artifact Hate. Oh, Lily was a huge draw here. Huge draw. It might sound kind of funny, but
I'm taking the credit when we win.
I kind of want to discard this Salvage here. That way next turn I know I can play a Chariot, even though he has they have their Braid for the Chariot. Yeah, it feels bad discarding a Grisly Salvage, but I think I like that play. Oh, and they discarded the Braid, which is interesting. We're going to discard the Wayfinder, then we'll just play the land and play a Chariot.
Overthink things.
And they discarded 2 Abrades, which is pretty huge, actually. Now you're stuck with the Rending Volley. I mean, possible they have another Abrade in their hand, but doesn't look like it. And I'm out of cards. Lily is looking real good right now. Yeah, let's Thoughtseize, see what's going on. Definitely discard the Trespasser, but we're going to make him discard that as well, so it doesn't really matter.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
Do we want to attack here? Yeah, I think so. I mean, we could go into like max protection of the Lily and we could ultimate, but they'd have to draw a removal spell to kill this, and then they're only doing 2 damage to it, and I don't even really care that much. So I'm so far ahead at this point. Alright, GG's. Yep, this sand is a 1-lander. We will mulligan that. Alright, this is fine. Put back the Chariot. And we'll just start with the Supplier. I guess we're wanting to go Supplier into Wayfinder and then Eldritch Evolution to get our Greasefang. Alright, there's 2 vehicles to the bin. We'll get a swamp here. Another red-black deck. So I'm guessing they have a removal spell for the Greasefang, but we have a Can't Stay Away, and we have 2 in the graveyard already, so we're just going to go for it. Do you have the removal? No removal spell. Well, I think that's probably GG's then. Or I guess you can, okay, they could have had a Fatal Push. They could have sacked that and Fatal Pushed my Greasefang. Alright, so we're playing the Witch's Oven red-black deck. I like Fatal Push here. To kill the Priest card. I imagine we need our Tear Asunders. They could be good anyway against like the Oven. So we'll take out maybe a couple Suppliers, an Informant. Maybe 1 Evolution. Maybe 4 Fatal Push is too many. Maybe I should put Sky Sovereign in the sideboard. I feel like this could be a deck where we want Sky Sovereign. I think we'll try this. I'm usually interested to see if they bring in a Leyline or if they bring in the Vehicle Graveyard Hate. Name is escaping me right now. Alright, well, this hand sucks. I do have a Tear Asunder and a Fatal Push. This would be a super risky keep. I do like these 2 cards. But if we draw another like land or 2 off the top, then we're just not going to be doing anything. So I think I'll mulligan that. Alright, we'll keep this. Probably get rid of a land here. Alright. No Leyline of the Void off the top, so off the rip. We are going to probably discard this Go Blank. It's either that or we have to take the Thoughtseize so they don't Thoughtseize us. I'll take the Thoughtseize and then I'll Thoughtseize them again to get the Go Blank out of their hands. Alright. If they find another land, they can do their they can play their Mayhem Devil. It's a Greasefang. No vehicles at the bin yet. I kind of want to take this block. Alright, we found a Can't Stay Away. They didn't hit a land though. We could always just hardcast the Chariot next turn too. If we don't draw something else. Another Thoughtseize, so that's interesting. I think I just like playing the... I think I like playing the Chariot here though, instead of a Thoughtseize. No Parhelions in our graveyard yet. Fable. Alright. Let's Grisly Salvage here. Alright, well there's the Parhelion in the graveyard. We need to find a land off this Wayfinder. Ooh. I'm gonna take the Mire. I don't know if I want to just take a bunch of damage from the... I don't want to take more damage than I'm already going to be taking with that Mana Confluence. I think we're in a good spot now. We'll take the block. Oh no, they had a Hearst. No. Alright, well that is a bit unfortunate. Let's see. There's one Tear Asunder. Alright, that sucks. We're just playing the Wayfinder, so I mean, we have nothing else we can do, and that allows us to attack with the Chariot again. Let's play this land. Okay. All right, it's going to be hard to win this game unless we happen to draw another Tear Asunder. And they got their oven going. I want to play the Informant because that's another attacker for me. I mean, I'm just going to have to go wide here and hope they can't start eating enough of my stuff with their oven. Like, hopefully they don't find a cat. That's bad. That's really bad. Now they can copy it. They can sack a token. They can sack a harvester. They're just going to ping me out of this game with this devil. Copy the devil for max 1 damage potential. I don't think there's a real way for us to get out of this. I think it's a little too late for a Tear Asunder. If we draw Tear Asunder, we're more likely to just destroy the Witch's Oven than actual Hearst. It's too late. At this point, we're just hoping they like screw up a block or something. I don't know. Maybe accidentally yield. Yeah, we'll just concede. I don't think we're gonna... There's no way to get around that wall. What do we want to change here? I mean, we brought in the 3 Tear Asunders. Maybe we don't need as many fatal pushes. I could bring in a Lily. Lily actually could be just better than fatal push right now. I feel like Liliana's pretty good against the red-black decks. Don't really like there being 2 Parhelions in my starting hand. Maybe this is just good enough. This could be a mistake keeping this, but I think we're going to just try it. Yeah, the Thoughtseize pretty much destroys me here. Alright, we needed that Thoughtseize last turn. Although they do have 5 lands in their hand, so maybe there's hope. Alright, that's a start. Oh man, if we hit a vehicle there, that would have been so huge. I'm just gonna go ahead and get the Greasefang into play. It's a 4/3 attacker. And if they play a Hearst, then they can exile it, so we might as well just play it. Probably should have mulliganed this hand. The 2 Parhelions is pretty bad. Alright, a Tear Asunder. That gives us some protection. I actually like having that in my hand, but not sure how relevant it's going to be. Hopefully opponent just drew a bunch of lands. That would be nice. Alright, there's the Hearst. I mean, at this point, do we even care? Well, that would have been big if they only had 1 Hearst. Go ahead and Thoughtseize him. I mean, we'll take the Wellspring here. I don't want that to be a blocker for us. We pretty much don't care at this point if they Thoughtseize us. We're just gonna try to aggro them out of this game. And we do have lethal next turn, so that's 8 damage. So they have to find something this turn. I guess they do have this as 2 blockers. And if they Thoughtseize, that's 2 more damage they're gonna take. Alright, so I guess I just imagine they're going to block with that. If they crew, then I could Tear Asunder. Well, I wish I had another land now. Well, I guess it's non-land permanent. Doesn't matter. A really good draw would have probably been a Chariot. I'm going to take the land just in case I draw a Chariot. I don't think Satyr Wayfinder is really going to do much here. Alright, well, we're probably in trouble. Maybe we can get them if they like make 2 1/1s and then like try to block. They try to crew their Hearst. I could Tear Asunder the Hearst. Alright, that's unfortunate. I kind of screwed that up, actually. I meant to destroy it on the activation. Now they're gonna get a block off. I mean, we're already like in pretty bad shape this game, but I definitely screwed that up. I guess it is still possible that I could draw another Tear Asunder. But I don't think we're going to win this one at this point. Greasefang. I think I would have needed to draw like a Chariot this turn. They're just going to have too many blockers for us to get through. I mean, maybe eventually I could hardcast this Parhelion. They're drawing pretty well, too, at this point. That card does nothing. Maybe I need to run like 4 artifact enchantment hate in the graveyard. Our deck is so fragile against just anything that destroys graveyards. Not really too sure, like, any way out of this one. All right, you got me. GG's. Good beats. All right, this is going to be our third and final game. Another one-lander. I feel like we've gotten a lot of one-landers today, so we'll mulligan that. This hand is really bad. I think we'll mulligan that too. That just doesn't do anything. We'll keep this. We need these 3 cards, and we have the combo. So we'll have a black, green, and a white. We just need to find another land. And we need to not get Thoughtseized as well. That's a big ass too. Alright, no Thoughtseize, but we could be getting... We could have to slog through some counter spells. I could play around Censor here. I mean, they always have a Censor, right? I think the play is just to make them have it, though. I would imagine they have it. Or a Lofty Denial, that's the same thing. We could have played the Wayfinder, find another land, and then play the Greasefang next turn. But hey, look, we just drew another one. Oh, Spirits deck. We hate Spirits. We hate it. We forgive them, though. We do forgive them. This is probably our worst matchup. Counter spells with tempo is just absolutely awful for us. And Shacklegeist. We can't beat Shacklegeist. There's Shacklegeist. Heard me talking about it. Alright, attempt to hardcast a Chariot. Guessing they have 2 more spirits they can play. Ooh, maybe they both have flash. They let me go to combat, so I might crew then. I'm gonna tap my Chariot. There's 1 spirit. 2 spirits. I can't beat 2 shackle guys, so that's GG's. Just counter, counter, counter into creatures. There's not much you can do about that. So bring in 4 Fatal Push. I think that's probably really all I want. I could bring in Duress, but really they have mostly creatures. I could bring in some enchantment hate in case they have Rest in Peace. This hand is pretty reactive, but I think I'm going to keep it. I think having a Thoughtseize and the Fatal Push here could be pretty good. I can kill the Shacklegeist with the Fatal Push. We'll get rid of Lofty Denial. Parhelion off the top is like the last thing you want to see. Alright. They had the rest in peace. They drew the rest in peace. Not much we can do about that. All right. Don't think we have a chance there. GG's. All right, so the games are pretty tough today. We only won 1 game out of 3. As far as the sideboard goes, maybe I could cut Go Blink. I think maybe I want to add a Sky Sovereign to the sideboard for this Spirits matchup. Maybe I could cut back on Duress too. I'm not sure yet, but Tear Asunder seemed good when I had it. Liliana seemed really good against the red-black decks. Sheoldred, I kind of wanted to bring in against like mono-white or like creature decks, but maybe that's an easy cut too. Anyway, if you made it this far into the video, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.